Joe, what are you doing?
How many podcasts do you know that have drone shots in them?
Oh, be careful! You nearly hit the freaking camera. I think we can maybe get rid of the drone.
I'm going to bring it into land.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'm looking for my sick bag. Where's the sick bag?
What do you mean a sick bag?
I need a sick bag.
Why do you need a sick bag? I don't want you to be sick, because then the particles will come near me and then I'll end up getting sick.
No, but it's food poisoning.
I don't care. Are you keeping that bit of fluff in your t-shirt for the whole podcast? Or is
Okay, yeah, let's get ready.
Yeah?
Can you help me? What do I have? What are the problems? Oh, you got a bit of snot on your nose.
Do I?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
How does that feel?
Oh, your fluff's gone. No,
Am I good? Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, and that we're good.
So I got the fluff.
And also no feet in this podcast, because last time a lot of people were requesting saying, please put your gammy feet away.
Well, welcome back to the Joe and Caspar. What's the name of the podcast?
We still haven't got a name. We're still working on a name. I thought it might be a good exercise because we've had some suggestions from people in the comments. We've been racking our brains, and I feel like it should be like just 2 words. There's a lot of podcasts I listen to that are just 2 words, and it just sounds good. So I was thinking maybe, like, does it need to have our names in it? You've been putting like clips out on TikTok, and they've been doing really well, and people are like, where can I find this? And it's all really exciting. Whereas I'm like, so does it then need our names in it? So people go, okay, right, it's a Joe and Caspar podcast. I remember them. Or can it be 2 random words that just sound good together? Tooth plaster? So there's a random word generator. Number of words, 2. Mile wheel?
Mile wheel?
Welcome back to the mile wheel. No, that's too drivery. Arrangement analyst.
That's actually, maybe we should use the word anal in the name.
Scatter suspicion. It's too much. Pie disaster.
That's quite cool.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Pie Disaster.
Hey, Pie Disaster's on. Let's stop what we're doing and listen.
Mom, quick, Pie Disaster's on.
Grandmother volume.
What's a grandmother volume?
I don't know. I don't like this. This is shocking.
Employer T.
We live in a world, Joe, where we have like
Exam
AI,
employee.
so maybe we can use that. Hold on.
Football equipment.
I've asked Google Gemini for some ideas.
Wait, who is Google Gemini?
So that's Google's
Really?
Yeah, so you know like OpenAI
Yeah.
and ChatGPT?
So I've heard of ChatGPT.
So this is Google's version. Meta has one. Everyone's got one now.
And you think is Google's the best
I
then?
like them because, you know, Google know us quite well from YouTube. They're attached to all that data, so it's helpful.
Yeah, is Google your go-to then? Is
Google is my go-to AI assistant at the moment.
Well, who's in charge of ChatGPT then?
Mr. Sam Altman.
Net worth $1 billion. $1 billion.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't think he has too much of OpenAI. I don't know. It's weird. It's like a foundation. He doesn't make his money from OpenAI. He makes his money from investing in startups because he's the CEO of OpenAI.
He's also definitely investing into his health because he looks about 24.
I know.
And it says there he's 39.
Back to Google.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Google Gemini.
So I've asked for some ideas. It says that here are some playful and bantery ones. Sug and Lee level up.
Oh my God.
Sug and Lee level up references their YouTube channel name and suggests growth. Okay, not sorry. Embraces their sometimes outrageous humor.
What?
Yeah. Wait till you see the album art I've created.
I feel like all our outrageous behaviour gets cut out of the podcast anyway by me when I go through and do a final edit before putting it
You're
out.
literally like North Korea when you edit these podcasts. The mismatched mic mates.
Like a dictator?
Yeah. Every time I talk about you take it out.
You're doing. I'm going to take that out.
I'll add a beep to that because I want to keep that one in, and you can guess what they're editing out.
I could start forcing everyone to get the same haircuts as well, like when we start growing our podcast team out.
Well, hold on. It's pretty similar at the moment.
Do you think my hair's changed much since we were younger?
No.
Do you think my hairline's going? Or not?
Well, now that you do it like that, yeah, but you just need to wash your hair.
I need to wash. Yeah,
you need to wash your hair. But back to the names. I don't want to get sidetracked yet.
Sorry.
The mismatched mic mates.
No.
Highlights their contrasting personalities.
You can't even say it without dribbling. So how is anybody else going to be able to say that?
Secondhand embarrassment.
That sounds cringe to me.
Or the secondhand embarrassment hour. Is that less cringe?
That is cringe and also incorrect. We might have some episodes that are longer than an hour or shorter than an hour.
Adulting-ish. The coffee break catch-up.
That sounds like a middle-aged mum.
Control-Alt-Chat. No, the long game. These are really bad. The problem with AI, I feel like it's a bit lame.
AI doesn't... Yeah, AI... The thing is with AI is that it's good for if you want information and stuff, but it can't inject humor into things. Like, it can't be funny. It can't come up with like something like...
Well, let me ask it.
Ask it again and say, right, do that again, but give me some like actual, like accurate, good puns. Because I feel like a pun would be nice.
Sug Life blowing up with Caspar Lee.
Yeah, I like that because it's more about me than it is about you.
Well, wait till you see some of my album art. Suggin with Lee.
Sugging it. There's something about because sug sounds like suck.
Casually sugging it.
Sug my balls.
Sug and Lee. We be podcasting.
That is a hooner. Sug and Lee, we be podcasting.
Terrible yet tempting puns. Sug on my Lee.
Yeah, I like that.
Sug on my Lee.
Sug on my Lee.
The Suggen Legion of Doom.
Sounds like an Indiana Jones movie.
Sug Fast and Furious.
What?
That's just, dude, I can't handle it.
If we had one about cars, then that'd be great.
Okay.
The Sug and Lee Diaries.
Guys.
Sug Fast and Furious.
Can you give us some ideas? And Joe gets quite scared that you're going to sue him if he takes it. So if someone gives us a nice idea and we actually use it, we'll contact you and work out a deal.
Yeah, we'll do some sort. We'll pay you for a good. We need like someone. What we need is someone who's watching this or listening to this who I feel like is like a wise older person. Who
like
is in,
you, basically. The audience is way better than AI.
People get paid a lot of money for this kind of thing, though. I feel like, do they?
A lot, but we'll only pay you £50. So, Joe, I also have some other stuff to show you before we move on from AI.
Okay, yeah. Because what else do we need to get sorted in this
the
podcast?
Album art or whatever. What do you call it?
Oh, the artwork for
artwork.
the. Yeah.
So I have a few options.
The album. Maybe we are releasing an album. Oh my! No, we can't have that. We can't have that.
Okay.
That is terrifying.
So I literally, this is what I guess AI thinks of us. If you're not able to view this podcast, you should probably head over to Joe's YouTube channel. But right now we're looking at some really difficult images.
They're just sort of like they're really sort of creepy AI. Your arm in that is like blended into your knuckles. Look, do you see?
Yeah.
This AI still can't quite get it right. Who's that?
Yeah.
Why is it?
It's our child.
There's another image where it's like meant to be like one like me, one like Caspar, and then our child in the middle of like mixing our genes together. We look quite Scandinavian.
That's quite a good one.
You've got quite Scandinavian genes.
Yeah.
That is quite a good one. But once again, like it's just
Who's the third person?
It's kind of funny to put podcast artwork out that's got 3 people in when it's just the 2 of us. Oh my god!
Joe and honestly, that could work. Let's do one of these. Okay, we're gonna maybe use one of these for a while.
To begin with, let's not use that one. There's one of me and Caspar kissing.
Yeah.
Where is that? What did you type in?
It literally is. It basically it's called hallucination when AI goes off in its own way.
So what? So it just came up with that randomly. You didn't type in.
No.
You didn't type in Joe and Caspar kissing.
No way. I've had a pretty crazy week. I turned 30.
Yes. How do you feel about turning 30? Do you feel any different?
Well, I've had a stomach ache ever since I turned 30.
Your nose hair's grown as well. I can see you got one little nose hair's really going for it.
I've actually had that for a while, but do you want to take it out? No.
I've got loads. But you get to a point in your 30s where you just don't care anymore.
No.
But then you find that actually at night, do you struggle to like breathe at night?
Yeah, no, I wear these things. I wear this nose tape.
You're a mouth breather though, aren't you?
So I wear nose tape, and then I add the tape to my mouth.
Oh my god!
And then it basically it opens up, and then oh gosh, I've got something in my ear now.
Do you find that your sinuses get a bit blocked at night time?
It's always been
a bit
the case.
stuffy.
I've grown up like that.
Yeah.
So it's not a new thing.
Because remember they were saying there's a study where they said that people that breathe from their mouths, their face is a different shape.
Yeah.
And when I look at your face, when you
see.
told me this, I was like, actually, it makes sense. I think
I would look like a Dolan twin if I never breathed through my mouth.
We should do. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Bloody hell! Which one are you, Ethan or Grayson?
I'm Grayson.
Why are you not? What's wrong with Ethan?
He's just not as good looking as Grayson. Back to being 30.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. How was it?
It was awful. I mean, it was awful and great at the same time.
Explain.
Essentially, Amber took me to this incredible hotel. It's called the Four Seasons 10 Trinity. So it's literally a Four Seasons hotel in London.
Yeah, posh.
It's really cool. Like we stayed in basically a presidential suite.
I saw. Is that actually fun? Because did you end up using because they have like a big dome table?
Yeah.
Do you end up like actually using it? Or
you run around a bit, you know, and you
if you're under 30.
While I was under 30, I was running around. As soon as I turned 30, I was like
oh, my knees.
My knees. But when you've got a massive stomach ache,
I wonder where you're going with that then.
But when you've got a massive stomach ache, it doesn't work as well. So anyway, we went to this incredible hotel, and she was like, okay, the first surprise is that I've got you PJs. And I was like, oh, that's great. So she got me PJs. The second surprise is that we're going to a Michelin star restaurant in the hotel, which I love because I don't like going out for dinner. I like to do it in the hotel when
And
I
you're
can.
a bit of a foodie, aren't you? Like you love like a little delicate pudding.
Oh yeah, I love something slight.
Yeah, but like when it's been like all artsy and crafty on the plate.
Something that is a bit subtle.
Yeah, and you go, oh wow,
Oh, that's good.
That's nice.
I love tiramisu. Have you ever gone into a kitchen of a Michelin star restaurant?
No, I haven't. But I always think it's a good thing if you're a confident restaurant. You allow people to see into your kitchen because it means you've got nothing to hide, which I quite like.
So this wasn't like that.
Okay.
But they let you come in actually 2 at a time, basically to eat a course from inside the kitchen. And it was incredible. I've never seen people working so hard. They're basically they're just so passionate, and I love to see it.
My fear would be going to a kitchen and people looking up and going, well, "Get the fuck out of the kitchen!"
No,
like,
so this is part of they're used to.
They're used to.
I don't know if they like that we're there, but they have to at least pretend to like us.
What the hell was that?
Sorry, someone sent me a message.
Oh, I thought it was your stomach.
Anyway, this was incredible. I had a great time. That night, about 1 a.m., I wake up and I'm like, Amber, oh no.
Top end or bottom end?
The weird thing is, it was no ends. It was just in the stomach. And it wasn't coming out of either end.
Like trapped wind pain or just like...
complete cramp. And I basically came to the conclusion, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I think it's the crab. Because I've had crab before.
That just makes me feel sick just thinking about crab.
Yeah, and I had a similar situation, and my dad's allergic to shellfish or crayfish or whatever they're called. And essentially, nothing came out of either side, but I had the worst cramps. So I was literally lying on the bathroom floor in the most incredible room in the world. Very sad.
That's the worst. On your 30th birthday as well.
Yeah. Bless Amber. I mean, she'd been planning this whole thing for so long, and I felt really bad because I wasn't in the best place. And we still had this whole day of surprises to get through because now this is 1 a.m. The birthday has started.
Oh, so this was 1 a.m. on your actual day of birth?
Yeah, because we went to dinner the night before.
Okay.
And I'm literally... do you find when you lie on the bathroom floor when it's cold, it actually soothes you?
I never do that, no.
You've never done that?
No, I'm just in the bathroom to get whatever I need to get out, and then I'll go back to bed.
No, I have to stay on like the floor. I almost have to be uncomfortable on the floor. If I'm in a bed, I feel too sick.
I remember that because of a situation when we lived together, which we may go into a bit later on, but carry on your story.
Yeah. So the next day I wake up and I'm feeling pretty bad, but Amber orders like a pretty plain breakfast. And again, we're in this incredible hotel.
And you're having to eat Cocoa Pops.
Basically. And I'm just thinking, wow, like it doesn't matter when you're feeling shit. I was in basically a place like billionaires or multimillionaires would stay in.
Can't put a price on health, Caspar.
And I was feeling like obviously I was happy, but I was actually very sad. And because I want to say happy because I still inside was so grateful that Amber had done this for me.
Yeah.
But I was also like, I just want to be better.
That's the thing. If you're not feeling well, it's probably potentially the worst possible start to the 30th year of your life.
And then guess what we had in store? Then we went to my very first suit, what do you call it? Suit putting on.
Like a tailoring thing. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, because Amber bought you a suit, right?
Basically
for your
like
birthday.
a custom suit.
Which also, what a great present to get someone.
Really cool.
Like, kudos to Amber for that. That's actually a very, very good idea for a present, especially because you like all your businessy stuff.
Exactly. And I've never had a suit before. But when you're feeling ropey, sitting through an hour and a half suit tailoring where the suit tailor is literally like, he was asking me so many questions and I was pretty sick and he was like touching my stomach, not inappropriately, but just like as a tailor would. Anyway, got through that. I was feeling pretty bad, had a nap. I was like, hopefully I'm better for dinner. Anyway, we go for dinner. And now again, the most incredible dinner. We're at this Japanese restaurant where it's called like omakase.
I know about this because Amber did offer me a place in this restaurant.
Yes.
To surprise you.
Yeah.
I couldn't go because I was away. I saw a picture of it and it seats like 6 people in the
restaurant? It's very intimate. You have 2 chefs who are incredible at making a mixture of, listen to this when you have a bad stomach, Japanese/Mexican food. But by Japanese, it's sushi, but it's like with a Mexican twist.
Yes, I did see that on the
which is
on
amazing, but not what you want when you've got a bad stomach. And the worst thing is, they're literally serving you and watching you eat every single bit of it.
When it's a bit too intimate.
Yeah.
See, I have a thing where I can't even, if I go into a shop and I'm the only one in a shop and the shopkeeper's like, hello, and starts talking to me, I then feel like I have to buy something. Yeah. I start freaking out because I can't just go look around their shop and go, bye. I have to then purchase something. I hate it. I hate that sort of intimacy around shopping, let alone dining.
Yeah. So usually when you have a bad stomach and you go for a meal, you can just kind of not eat and whatever.
Yeah.
You have one moment where you say to them, "Sorry, I've got a bad stomach."
And the pressure's not on you if it's not your birthday. But
I had to
it's your birthday.
I had to remind the guy like 15 times, and he was like, "I feel so bad for you." I'm like, "I know." And it was anyway. Then the next night was by far the worst. I've never been in so much pain.
You reckon it's crab?
I think I have crabs.
You have family history of being intolerant to crabs. What is the fascination with crab? Like, because everyone freaks out over crab, but I don't get it, because you've got to like, and same in a way with lobster, you've got to like fight for your meat. It's a workout to get the meat out, and you get the tiniest little slither out of their legs or whatever, and people are like shitting their pants over it.
But isn't that the thing with anything that's like luxury? You want something that's like there's not much.
The biggest one for me is oysters. I will never understand the hype of oysters. You have to crack it open. It looks like a rock. You've got to crack open this rock, and it's just got a bit of phlegm in there, just sat in there. But then people don't just eat them out of the shell. They then have to season them with every single seasoning under the sun, including Tabasco, which is pure spice. So they douse it in Tabasco, lemon juice, spices, herbs. They basically do everything they can to disguise the taste of this bit of phlegm in a shell. Then they've got to swallow it and get past that texture. They let it slide down their throat in one go. So not even like chewing it or getting the taste out of it. What's the point? And what makes it even crazier for me is that people love them, in particularly in airports before about to get on a long haul flight.
Where you could have a bad oyster.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like a 1 in like 8 chance of getting a bad oyster or something ridiculous. Why would you take that risk before getting on a long haul flight? There's people lining up to get an oyster before getting on a flight. And we're back to talking about flights again, which I hate on this podcast. Like, I do not understand the hype of oysters. What is the point?
I think that's another podcast clip. Let's stick that out.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to sweat.
I like it when you go into those rants. Can you do that more?
Yeah, well,
it's really good.
More topics that get me riled up.
Do you want some water? I feel like I need to give you some water.
They still haven't fixed those potholes. No, I don't need water. So you had the worst 30th birthday possible.
Well,
really.
I don't want to. Again, I feel so bad because it was also amazing, and looking back on it, I'll always remember it.
Yeah.
But what I learned was a valuable lesson of like literally health is everything. Especially as I get older now, I just need to appreciate every day that I'm feeling good.
That's the thing. When you get to 30, the wheels start falling off.
Really?
Everything starts to go wrong. Like the other day,
Don't tell me this now.
I had to kneel down for 2 minutes to film something. Like just knelt, and it was so embarrassing because they go like, "Okay, cut." I go to stand up, and I couldn't stand up. I couldn't stand up. I was stuck there. My right knee was just like I don't even know. I can't explain it. It's not like it's like pain, but wasn't pain. It's just, and I was like, why can't I just stand up quick? I can't stand up quick anymore.
I don't believe. Joe,
I've got knee pains.
You've got the body of
Have
a
you
12-year-old boy.
Have you farted? I can smell like a crab fart.
I swear on my life.
I can smell dodgy stomach fart.
I swear on my life. That's the thing. Nothing's been coming out. It's all been internal, and that's the problem.
You've not thrown up. You've not shat.
Well, I made myself throw up. You know when you're so sick, you just stick your finger down your throat?
And you've got long old fingers. Bloody hell, you probably touched your spleen.
And I was going like... and nothing was coming out. It was really bad. It was really bad. It was awful. I do this thing where I can make myself burp. Can you do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That scientifically makes you feel slightly better.
Does it?
Do you know that?
Well, when Diane feels sick, she burps a lot. That's how I know. If she gets travel sick, if she's like scrolling on her phone on long car journeys, she goes, "Oh, Joe, I don't feel well. I feel quite sick." I'm like, "Well, no shit. Yeah. You've been scrolling your phone the whole time. No wonder you're travel sick." So I'm always like, look onto the horizon, because I believe in a previous life I was a crow's nest. In the crow's nest on a pirate ship. You know, do you ever like think back to like previous lives?
Yeah. I reckon you were one of the guys who didn't see the iceberg in Titanic. You know those two guys who were up there? That was probably...
No, I think I was like before. I'm like pirate. I think my previous life I was pirate times.
No, but you would have needed a life just before the one you had now.
Yeah, I know, but I think I reckon I probably died at birth or something on that one.
Yeah, but you've had probably a few quick deaths. Yeah. And then that was also one. And you were a pirate. I'm saying you've had many of these. That was one of them.
Do you ever think about that there? Like if you were alive in a previous life, and if so, who you would have been?
I think
due to like your genetic, like what sort of person you are now.
Yeah.
Do you think it carries across into previous lives?
What would I have been?
I think like a useless Viking.
That's exactly what I
think you would have been a useless Viking. I think you would have come from Viking heritage, but you were like one of the like just the ones that they used to throw stuff at.
Did they do that? Did they throw stuff at the useless ones?
Like the court jester, like the sort of one they'd be like that was like a bit too smart for your own good. Back in Viking times, it was all about brawn and like aggressiveness.
So it's like the useless, annoying, smart Viking.
Yeah, like you were too smart. So that you had ideas.
Did I contribute anything to society?
No, because you had great ideas that could have propelled you, but they were just didn't take you seriously.
But if I was in the Ottoman Empire or something, they would have taken them seriously.
But I can't imagine you as an Ottoman. No.
But apparently, Caspar is quite an Ottomanian name, if that's a word. I don't think.
Have you ever done your
Ottomanian
heritage?
Yeah, I'm mostly English. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
there's
literally.
no way.
Yeah, like 60, 70. I'm pretty boring. My family grew up in like Surrey.
I think you need to check that again. You give off very strong Nordic vibes.
I know. We're talking about my 30th birthday. I mean, let's stop. I think we're over my 30th now.
No, but we were talking
before
before we got on to previous life and Crow's Nest.
You've been struggling to stand up recently.
Yeah, once you get to 30, you will notice that things do start to ache. I found it so bizarre how like the day of turning 30, a bearing fell off my wheels.
Do you find that you get way more annoyed by like people mowing their lawn while you're recording podcasts?
It's not mowing lawn. I think someone's having some building work done across the road.
I feel like I can do that now that I'm 30.
That's such a good scream.
Really?
You ever thought about being in like a screamo band? Scream like I'm bleeding from my ass, but like in like a rock way.
I think that's too inappropriate for someone of my stature. What about I'm bleeding from my heart?
Soul? Yeah, my soul. I'm bleeding from my soul. But hold the end note. I'm bleeding from my soul. That's actually quite good. It's ruining. What you doing? I'm bleeding from my soul. Does that not hurt your?
Yeah, it will
throat?
hurt, but I'm still got such a sore stomach that I kind of want to distract myself.
That's quite impressive. I couldn't do that.
Thank you. So
when you turn 30, things do start to fall apart. I'm just pre-warning you.
and something really bad happened to me recently.
Temperament doesn't really change. I think if anything, I've become a bit more chilled.
That's not what you said on TikTok.
What did I say on TikTok?
Well, I uploaded a clip to TikTok of you talking about turning 30 and it's got 500,000 views.
Really?
And it's all about you saying that you're still anxious, you're still nervous about everything.
Anxious. Calmer.
And also, you randomly said that time has slowed down, and everyone's like, no, time speeds up. But I told them that's because you live in the countryside now.
Yeah, time slowed down. If I go to London, time's on mega fast forward.
Yeah. So, anyway, sorry, I'm being rude.
You're so like sinking into the sofa.
But I actually had something bad happen since turning 30. I was invited to a baby shower.
Oh.
And it doesn't sound bad on the surface, but I found out when we got there, it wasn't necessarily a baby shower, but it was more a way to get a bunch of people to come to someone's house so that we could do their garden.
What?
They had us like basically.
You talked because we were filming the podcast before this baby shower or something.
Yeah. So basically, my friends, they're very smart. They like come to our baby shower, and then they basically
you go to their baby shower.
Their baby shower, and they got us to do hard labor.
What?
So we to be fair, I arrived quite late, but by the time I got there, my friends were like literally sweating from like doing their garden.
Or just like laying down gravel and like
basically picking up gravel and then laying down grass. And then I got there and I enjoyed it because I got to lay some bricks. But I just thought it was really smart. Like that's what I should do. Instead of having parties where I give people free food or drinks, I should invite them to my house to do chores.
See how that works out? I've got a feeling that won't last very long.
You don't think?
I've got a feeling that people will turn up and go, F that. I've come to have fun, not help you build your fucking garden.
So that's what they did. I thought it was really smart because they basically planned it months ahead, and I thought it was just going to be a gardening theme. So I was like, oh, that's quite cute. Like, we're going to be gardening. But it was proper hardcore labor.
Imagine, you turn up and they're like, right, okay, so welcome everybody. Today we're going to build a pond, and it's going over here. Here's a spade. It's quite clever though. It's clever. Keep me updated on your week. What else has happened?
So I did some public speaking.
You love a bit of public speaking, don't you?
Well, I do and I don't.
You're good at it.
Thank you.
You are very good at it.
I hate thinking about it, but once I've done it or when I'm doing it, I feel good because I feel like I'm facing a fear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but apparently public speaking is more scary for people than dying.
I could think of nothing worse. This is weird because like when we were obviously in the heyday of YouTube, we did things like Digitour, Digifests, and also things like Strictly, the tours there, West End, like going out in front of a big crowd of people.
You're good at that.
I quite like it.
Yeah.
I think, do you know what? I'm here now. I may as well give it my all.
Yeah.
So I quite enjoy that. But when I can see, like, when it's like public speaking, it's just like talking about something that you're supposed to know about.
Like our company.
Yeah. Even standing up, like, because me and Caspar, obviously with our management company, we do Christmas parties with the staff.
I thought you were going to say Christmas do's.
We do Christmas do's with the staff, but we also do a summer party with creators and a few brands and things like that. And it comes to the bit where they're going, "Oh, you're going to do the speech?" And I'm like, "Hell, I want to more than anything. I would love to go up there and do a proper confident speech that inspires people and gets people going. Like, do you know what? I love being here, and I love this group of people, and this is great. And obviously Joe is so into it, which I am, but I just cannot. It's something that limits me from doing public speaking in front of like a room full of people. If it was in front of thousands of people, I'd probably be okay. How you do it on like a corporate level, I have no idea, because I could think of nothing worse.
So that's the thing. I also hate it. Like, I hate the idea of doing it, but then I feel so good when it's done. And it's one of those things I've had to learn. Like, every time I'm going to public speak, I'm going to feel shocking for 30 minutes before, even the night before, actually, I'm going to feel shit. But then when I'm doing it, it's kind of okay. A few things I've learned along the way is like learn to breathe. Like also sometimes you feel like you need to speak very fast, but you can actually take time.
Go super slow,
and you're not speaking as slowly as you think you are.
Yeah.
The other thing is no one really cares. Like no one actually cares what you're saying. They kind of care how you make them feel, not what you actually said.
I feel like an idiot for the rest of the day.
Do you not feel like you've accomplished something, that you've attacked one of your fears?
I just feel like I feel like I shouldn't have done that. I feel like I don't know how I've wangled that.
You say, okay, I can't do it in front of like a room of like 10 people. But sometimes you record shows and I reckon there's only 10 people in that room. So what's the difference between when there's a camera and when it's just people?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, imposter syndrome is a whole other thing like I had to get through. And the best way to get through imposter syndrome is knowing that everyone has imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. And it means that you're not like crazy. And if you ever lost imposter syndrome, you might just be getting a big ego.
And you just think you do get some people that go out and do those talks and they just, they just think they are the absolute tits.
Yeah. And that's not, people prefer you if you're not like necessarily like overly arrogant or overly confident.
Yeah.
But the other like trick I use when I do these things now is rather than like writing out a whole speech and trying to read it, because I'm really bad at reading and looking up. And then if I lose my place, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's my worst nightmare.
I'll try and just like write a few words or a few questions for myself. And then I'll just answer them however I want in that moment.
Yeah.
And I need to like learn to improvise, because what you're really good at is improvisation. And I think maybe sometimes you're trying to do a certain speech, but if you just like say something from the heart, it will be good.
Yeah. And I waffle a bit about stupid points, which is obviously not great.
That's why you're so good at podcasting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For a podcast.
You got to just fake it till you make it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe this is what our podcast is called, Fake It Till You Make It.
Fake it till you make it, or speak from the heart. Something else I realized recently, which is completely different to public speaking. To make a good cup of tea, the best way is putting in the milk first.
No, I saw your Instagram about this, and I wholeheartedly disagree.
Why?
And this whole thing about burning the tea bag, shove that up your ass.
It's true, literally.
Bollocks.
Why?
Sure, like how can you burn a tea bag?
Okay, so I used to do this thing before I knew how to do this properly. I used to put the tea bag in, put the water straight onto the tea bag. No. I've spoken to a tea professional recently.
Who?
A tea connoisseur at that 2-star Michelin restaurant I was speaking about earlier.
The one that gave you food poisoning because they couldn't cook crab properly.
It wasn't food poisoning. It was my fault. I don't want to make them sound like they did it. It's the fact that I'm allergic to crab. But anyway, he said that you don't want to burn your tea. And so that's why sometimes he never actually said put milk in first. He kind of laughed at me when I said that. But he basically was kind of saying like, don't burn your tea bag.
Yeah, so don't pour it directly onto the tea bag, but you can't put the milk in first.
No, it's so good.
There's nothing worse than an overly milky tea. It's got to have a little bit of milk in.
No, but you don't have to put, you put as much milk as you would in anyway.
Yeah, okay, but then how do you know that? So you put the milk in,
okay, that's a good
then
point.
Put the tea in, and you're like, oh no, wait, there's not enough milk in there. So then you're putting more milk in anyway, and then it's overflowed.
Yeah, okay, I think you're good putting a little bit of milk in, putting in the water. Then if you need more milk, top up afterwards.
That's more movements than is needed.
But then it's the perfect cup of tea.
You're wasting more kinetic energy.
That's true. I got a parking ticket.
So have I.
Really?
My first ever one.
Really?
My second ever one.
But the other thing is I have about 6 points now on my license.
Really?
Out of 12. And I'm a bit worried.
You don't get points for parking tickets.
No, so this is separate. I had a few speeding tickets.
Oh, speeding.
But I promise you that I was going like 35 in a 30 zone.
In a 20.
So I was going like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In a 30 zone that used to be a 40 zone. And I did the same one twice.
Yeah.
Without realizing they'd changed it.
So you broke the law still.
Yeah, but
you broke the law.
But what I don't understand is like it's
Caspar,
5 miles an hour.
It's a speed limit, not a speed target. Okay? Remember that. When you're driving, always say it's the speed limit, not a speed target. You're not trying to get to that speed. That's the speed limit.
Have you ever, the speed limit in London is like 20 miles an hour.
20 miles an hour, yeah.
So do you know what that you know how slow that is? I know why they're doing it, because if you hit someone at 20, there's like a 90% chance they live, and if you hit someone at 30.
Whereas in the countryside, the other day I was leaving a supermarket, and a guy, no word of a lie, in a BMW, was drifting sideways around the roundabout, heading towards my car. And I just sort of sat there with Diane, and I didn't know what to do.
I thought it was Diane doing it.
No, I just froze in the moment, going like, "Oh shit!" And I didn't know what to do. He looked like he was coming straight towards my car. Shout out if you're listening. Well, no, actually, no shout out to you. You scared the shit out of me. But he just slid sideways, and I looked at him directly in the eyes, and he was like this, like drifting it round the roundabout. And I was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh my god!
And like, it's scary.
He's probably a big Strictly fan, and he's trying to.
No, he
Diane.
definitely wasn't. It's one of these people that's like into like souped up BMWs, those kind of things. But I genuinely thought he was going to kill us. And I was like, and in that moment, I was like, "There's nothing I can do. It's not even my fault."
Yeah.
And it scares me that people behind the wheels of other cars can be such a danger to other people.
True.
So drive safe out there.
No, I'm going to do my best. Like, I've got 6 points remaining. I don't understand. Why do they do it 3 at a time? Why don't they just give you 1 point and then you get 4 points and you're done?
I don't know. That's maths, and I can't do maths. But what I do think they should do is that if you are, you know, if you do it so many times, you've got to go and take a speed awareness course.
I've done that already too.
You've done one already?
Yeah.
So I think if you re-offend again, and obviously you're not getting the message, and you're still driving like an idiot, they should take all the people that are on like their last amount of points, put them into a car with no seatbelts, no airbags, and let's say there's 12 people in an arena. They release them all, and it's a destruction derby between them. There's only one winner allowed. You've got to smash each other to the death. One person survives, and then it's like they're then traumatized by it for life, and it teaches them a lesson not to speed.
You see, I feel like there's
Hunger Games, but for cars.
I get what you're saying. I think there's a misconception between speeders, like the guy you were talking about, and then people like me, who literally just maybe aren't concentrating that much, and then the speed limit changes, and you just haven't caught up.
A lapse in concentration can cost a life.
That's true. What do you think of candles?
Candles.
Like, why are they so expensive? And do you like them?
They are expensive.
What is the point? Like, what's going on with these things? Like, Amber loves them.
I like them.
Why?
They create a nice ambiance in your house. It makes it feel a bit cozy, a bit cozier. But I saw a TikTok the other day of a girl who left a scented candle burning in her bedroom, and the next morning she was like that, and her nose holes, nostrils, were just full of soot. So they're like, never leave a candle burning overnight because it does create soot.
They're like 70, 80, 150 pounds. Like, I don't know why I went 70, 80, 150, but they're so expensive, and you literally burn money. Yeah,
you're burning. Yeah,
is that why people like them?
I think they're better than a firework, though, because they last longer than a firework.
That's a very good point. That's a great point. But
candles.
I think candles are a complete, like, different thing to fireworks.
I like a good scented candle.
But you can just
get like
you can get like a thing you plug in and it has scent in it.
No,
it's like £5.
that's more artificial. That's like chemicals.
Yeah.
I think. What I like about candles, I'm not the sort of person that will spend a lot of money on a candle unless it's a gift for somebody. Then I would spend maybe a bit more to get a nice candle.
So that's what I'm saying. It's literally a scam. So you can find a gift everyone's kind of okay with, and it costs a lot of money, and you basically get a diptyque one, and everyone's like, "Oh wow, there's diptyque."
We gave you a candle for your
exactly.
For your
and I'm so happy.
Are you though? You don't sound it.
So it was.
You sound fucking angry about it.
Well, I was like, that's gonna fuck up our budget.
Who's paying for this?
Yeah, it was like an expensive candle like here. Amber's like, "Oh, that's like better than a diptyque."
Yeah, but we've got a good deal with them. I think.
How do we have that?
I don't know. We've done a deal with them where we give them to all our clients.
We won't have one after this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So let's not bitch about them, okay?
I just felt like this is. I think it's almost like it's like instead of buying someone champagne because you're like, oh, I'm gonna throw away money by drinking expensive grapes. Now you do it by burning it.
Yeah, I prefer that. If someone gave me a scented candle for Christmas or birthdays, I love that. Welcome to your 30s. I guarantee you, this time next year, you'll be loving getting candles for your birthday. It's something that happens when you turn 30.
I also want to have a segment on this podcast where we go through old things that happened to us in the past.
Yeah,
I mean, this is my highlight.
We always need a little nostalgia hit, I feel like.
So, do you remember this?
I do remember this.
Hey man, how's it going? So sad. I'm not. We're off to Orlando.
Oh, there she goes.
Play this live. Yeah. Have you ever been to play this live before? No, it's my first year going. So are you excited? I'm pretty excited. I'm playing an interview. I get so awkward.
So what happened?
So we were on this flight going to Playlist Live, as we mentioned, and all of a sudden I could just sense someone like leaning over. So I thought maybe it was like Zoe or Louise or someone. So So I turned over, and it's just this lady like staring back with these little eyes, just like poking through. No expression, didn't say anything, and I just became super awkward. And just I tried to just sort of carry it on, but then just felt so like. I've got a phobia of vlogging in public and someone coming up to me and going, what are you doing? Why are you filming yourself in public? So I get a bit awkward, and that felt like one of those moments.
But that's not what she was doing.
No, she was just like...
What do you think she was doing?
I don't know.
I feel like she just wanted to be involved. Maybe she was a fan.
We had G7Xs, which is like the vlogging camera of the time back then, with a flip screen. So she could obviously see herself in the screen, and was thinking... Because at one point I was thinking, does she think that we're like trying to secretly film her? But then she'd be more angry.
No, but look how relaxed her eyes are. She looks like she's checking herself out.
That's what I mean. It was like she was sort of saying like, oh, I like this. This is good.
I think she's using it as a mirror.
See, clock it.
Yeah. That's what I want to see. How does she decide?
But the scary thing is, right, you see the moment she clocks it, ready? She clocks camera. Look, ready?
Yeah.
Boom, she sees it.
Yeah.
Now look how quick she gets up. Look, she's straight in. Look, and it's to look in as well.
I think she's a troll.
There was no moment of seeing it and going, no, do you know what? I'm going to go over and have a look. It was like, see it straight away. And that's what's scary.
It's like seeing a moth attracted to a light.
There was no time for a thought process of going, right, okay, there's two boys with a camera. Are they filming me? Are they filming themselves? There's nothing like that going on in her brain then. She saw it and just went for it.
I have this theory that I've just come up with now.
Yeah.
That she was at a hen party, and one of the things she had to do, it was like a dare, was to be in someone's vlog, and she was like, this is my opportunity.
Vlogs weren't, like, there's no way hen parties would have known what a vlog was. But also, she wasn't sat with anyone either.
Yeah.
Was she a ghost?
I don't,
Is it weird to say? Like, is she like, look, and then it's the bit where like I turn away, look back, and her eyes is doing this as well.
And the crazy thing is, like, it was a flight from England. She's probably British. Maybe she's American. We had a massive English and American audience. Like, surely someone would have known her, or if we...
This is the, yeah. This
told everyone to look for her.
And it's my Roman Empire. I think about it once a month. That lady.
So yeah, that was my week and the thoughts I've had this week. I'm glad to have discussed them with you.
Yeah, it's a good week to be fair.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm quite.
Did you
impressed.
feel good about it?
Despite the crab poisoning.
Dude, I'm still feeling... I don't know if you've noticed. If you guys have noticed that I'm a bit off today, I am feeling a bit ropey still. And luckily, I never vomited. That's good.
Just a bonus.
But as I said, it wasn't a vomit type of sickness.
No.
If anyone's a doctor, can you tell me what I was experiencing? Do you think it is crab or is it something else? Maybe it's just eating rich French food.
Thanks for listening, everybody. If you enjoyed Caspars Week and enjoyed the podcast, then give it a good rating and tell your mates about it.
Yeah.
And... yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you again.
What are you going to do for your week?
I don't know. What have we got on next week? I'll get up some fun stuff. Should we go go-karting?
Right now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Bye.
Bye.